African Rural University is a university for only women. Our mission is to provide transformation education to create effective change agents and change makers in African context. We apply theoretical learning, innovative instructions, and we offer field practice to our learners so that they can get the capacity to create conditions for the rural people in order create conditions for their lives to improve their capacities and awaken their inherent leadership capacities. We do this through offering two programs. One is Bachelor of Rural Development and another one is Bachelor of Sustainable Agriculture. Our target or aim is to see that our students have masteries in 3 areas: principles of the creative process, and under the principles of the creative process we equip them with knowledge and skills to help people facilitate processes that can help them to change. And under this we use the principles of looking at the vision of what the people want. We enable them to assess their current reality and help them to plan action steps so that they can move from the current reality towards the vision of what they want to think. And under system thinking there is a variety of tools which we equip our learners with in terms of planning, in terms of thinking. And some of these tools include systems archetypes, which they use to look at the world and be able to predict what is likely to happen in order to avoid reacting to circumstances. So they are very useful tools to analyze scenarios and plan different situations for the betterment of our people in the communities. The third area of mastery which our students have to master before they leave the university includes sustainable development. And under sustainable development we enable our students to learn a number of areas, including ecology, to look at environmental ethics, to look at energy conservation, to look at sustainable agriculture, and a variety of other areas which connect to ecology, people, planet, and all that, so that there is harmony. People can live harmoniously with their environment. Area we want our students to master is system thinking, because we are dealing with rural development and we realize that in rural areas farmers and other community members are already integrated in what they do, and they already have skills in planning and executing integrated programs. So we just catalyze that process by helping our learners to go and transform those communities through their skills and knowledge that they have acquired in system thinking. In system thinking is basically about connecting issues, connecting disciplines, rather than taking a sectoral approach. So we help them look at the interconnectedness between different facets in development. Under sustainable development is economics, we equip our students with some principles in economics. We look at new economic models like a caring economy now, which is being practiced and has proved to be effective in many parts of the world, especially like in countries like Sweden, Denmark. We also look at ecological economics, care economics, and many other areas. We also look at social justice, and under here we look at issues to do with gender and equality, gender and equity. We look at participatory action research, so that people can be able to also look at issues of culture. Particularly here we look at African philosophy. Remember, our niche is rural areas, and our intent is to help rural areas work very hard, not to lose their own values, norms, and principles which they had. You remember the Ubuntu philosophy. We need people not to work and transform themselves as individuals, but also remember that there are other people they are supposed to work with in order to transform their communities. The principle of you are, I am because you are, is very, very, very important. The Ubuntu philosophy is very important because we aim at transforming rural areas so that we can, at the end of it all, achieve African Renaissance. Very closely with the traditional wisdom specialists, who are men and women of wisdom in the communities that have lived for so many years, have seen many things change in the world, and they have done a lot of things both through trial and error, and they have a lot of experience and wisdom. So that wisdom we tap and we use it to enrich. We look at indigenous science and indigenous technologies, and which we use to enrich our learning at the African Rural University. Under sustainable development, again, we look at political aspect, where we look at issues to do with good governance, human rights-based approach to programming. We look at African democracy. We look at citizenship and cultural and civil participation. All those areas are very, very, very important. So once our students have mastered these three areas, then we are contented that we have done our job, and the student can go outside the world and start serving, can go out and start serving the world with confidence.